My humble greetings to you, good fellows out there. It's yet another time to sort of go in details of what we have been discussing, what we have been really pulling out of the great books. That's the Holy Bible used by Christians, or mostly known as the Christendom. Those who lead a Christian life. There's a red letter Bible. A red letter Bible which is used in the Christians' way of demonstrating how Christians should lead their way of life, or they should lead their life towards their God and their worship. Their God that they worship. That's the Quran, also used by the Islamic people. They use that to do their worship. I also have a backup book of another Bible of Holy Bible of Possibility Thinkers. This is similar to what I showed you earlier on. It's some sort of New King James Version. It's revised standard version. This has got all the today's fellowship or worshippers, I'll say, the details of how they should go about their way of life in order to live in a society. We also sort of plainly point to them to understand who to mingle with or who to sort of associate with in life and all that stuff. But we are more continuing from what we have done previously, or what we fully pulled out previously. And as I said, you may be side by side with me, and that's a good idea. That's the intentions I have in me. And I expect that somehow that will be your intent as well. It's nothing personal to anybody. It is personal to ourselves, to myself, and I hope to you too, in trying to figure out a way that is the best way of life, the best way of having understanding or approach to the general life that we live. And nothing more than that. It's necessary to sort of have a very positive mindset in life, to encourage resentment at all times. It is necessary for annoyance, because you can avoid annoyance in life. They are meant to be there. That's what I think. That's what I believe. I might not necessarily know it all, and of course I should know it all. One can live a whole full life, the life that he's meant to live, and not know it all. There's a lot to know. But the basic things of life cannot be avoided and can always be embraced and can always be adjusted, and for us to do some sort of have a progressive life. And I expect that's why I put out there this message. And I sort of open up to culture and religion as the basic main thing that saturates the human development for us to be blended to be what we are. If I say blended, we have been saturated through the words, fed with words, and that sort of generates our decisions, that pull out our thoughts. Based on those things, we sort of make our grounds of what we believe and what we hoped in. So it shouldn't be underestimated that religion and culture is the core of a human being's main developed status. No matter what level, no matter how advanced, no matter what level it is, these things are deeply embedded into us. It is deeply part of us. It's saturated us, just like food makes the body looks at it looks, but the body has got sensitive things which might not be recognized or be seen, but I'm sure the science may acknowledge that words Words has built the brains, has built us. So the mechanism that we are, the mechanism that set us to be what we are, or sort of is we are set up with, does not exclude words, does not exclude ideas, does not exclude informations which has come through verbal means and written means. And as you can know, we have all evidence to those things, and some of them has been called, to me, I've seen it as the core places where we adapt these things is through religion and culture. They are similar, but they are different, because in culture, it is not widely believed in today's understanding to be something similar to religion. There are people who are cultural, but they are not religious. There are people who are religious, but are not cultural. But they all is like the same idea of approach, similar idea of approach in general sense, but it has got different applications to it. And they have their own differences which set them apart from each other. And in these individual groups of culture, and religion, we have other denominations, sub-denominations that has also breaked up, with all having their own ideas and meaning. And this is a breakup, just as individuals also pick up these things and build their own sense of ideas, along the same line. And it's normal in life. You pick from the other, you hear something, you adjust it, you sort of polish it, and it becomes yours. It's how life has been going on. Without these things, I don't know whether we would have any other means or any other means of, to make us become mentally developed as we are now. But the possibility that we'll be smart and more advanced than the animals and all that would have been something which will be obviously truth true to the whole, to the state that we are in. It would have been true that we will be advanced than the animals, or we will be more smarter in so many senses. In some of the books, it suggests to us the otherwise, that they were an animal who was smarter and cunning than us. Yet it's also been put to us that we were more made to be more smarter and responsible in every way. But let's not jump into that yet. We gradually today, at this moment, is some few things I want to tackle. I want to point out to you, which I discovered. So again, to top up the previous discussions, what we've really talked about, and how the religion that we sort of mainly embrace, or mostly have found ourselves embracing this generation. Religion is like religious groups like the Muslim and the Christians being the dominant groups that pursue us in every corner of our life, or has pursued us over centuries to sort of build us to be what we are. I have recently learned that I have both Islamic background and I have Christianity background, but more of a Christian background, because the father and mother shifted into Christianity more. The mother was more Christian, and my father was a bit mixed up with a father. He had a father who was a Muslim, or converted to Muslim. In his strong cultural background, he became more Islamic, and had a Muslim name, Musa. I knew that, but it didn't occur to me as it's recently became more clear to me. But the father that gave birth to me did not convert to Islamic. Neither was he, but he had an idea of these things because his father became a Muslim. So there was a little bit of interest probably there. But my father drifted from there, and he was into Christianity. So I do have that Christian background more than Muslim. But there can also be a claim of Islamic background as well, which I don't claim any. I don't claim Christianity. I don't claim Islamic as well. What matters to me is the truth, the facts that proves that our idea of faith, what we are approaching, really has got a value that we give it. What we sort of claim really has got the value that we give it. What we define really have some matching, something that we can compare to our lives. Can we call upon our God and truly see Him or her do what is necessary of Him, that we require of Him? or her, just as it is with me walking down to a next door neighbor or somebody and asking for any human being